The cover of this book is glittery. I don't know why. I like how they slipped Dawn's picture on the cover. Maybe they're starting to regret kicking Dawn out of the series if they're making such a big deal about her appearing in this book. Argofunk Book Review, Argofunk Book Review. This book was written by Suzanne Wine. Marianne's excited to be shopping with her dad's credit card for Christmas. Christy worries that Marianne is spending too much money. Marianne says she has to buy extra presents this year because this is the year Dawn moved away. This year? That was like 30 books ago. Dawn has come back to visit for the summer twice since then. How did all that happen in under a year? Continuity. Marianne has fun wrapping all her gifts when her dad drops a bombshell. She was planning to pay him back at the end of January. He wants to be paid by Christmas. It's a jerk move on Dad's part to change the deadline by 4 weeks without warning. He also decides he's going to charge her interest. Dad is a lawyer. You'd think he would have worked out the terms and conditions before lending his credit card. Marianne does the math. She owes Dad an extra $300, but she only makes $50 a week from babysitting. She'll have to get a part-time job for 2 weeks in order to make up the difference. Those numbers are estimates on my part, but still, $50 a week from babysitting? Wow! I'd say the Babysitters Club is making at least $15,000 per year. I hope they filled out all their tax forms correctly. Marianne gets a job at the mall, mainly because she lies. A girl named Angela changes Marianne's age on the job application. The manager hires Marianne immediately without telling her what the job is or what she's going to do. Because that's how getting jobs works in real life. In the subplot, the hospital needs money for toys. Christy puts on a big carnival, which has to be the 20th time they've done this story in a Babysitter's Club book. Enough with the carnivals! Charlotte Johansson helps collect food. Stacy helps Charlotte realize that you should donate good food to charity, not garbage food that you want to get rid of. Marianne is shocked to learn her job is dressing up like an elf for the mall Santa. How embarrassing! The good news is that she wears a giant elf head, so no one knows it's her. She still gets worried that she's going to be caught, so she lies to her parents and her friends about what she's doing. Marianne's stepsister Dawn comes back for Christmas. Dawn is pretty distant. It's like she thinks she's too cool and mature to hang out with Marianne anymore, now that Dawn's got her own book series. I'm pretty sure this author doesn't know much about Dawn's California Diaries series. I mean, Dawn buys Christmas presents for her friends based on their names.
Dawn found a photo of ducks on a lake for her pal Ducky. She bought a sun plaque for her friend Sunny.
Dawn and Logan take Marianne to the mall. She panics when she sees her boss there. Like the boss is going to march across the room and yell, "Hey, you must be Marianne's friends! Let me tell you about her super embarrassing job!" Marianne hides underneath the table, and when she sees Santa Claus, she calls him Marv without thinking. She covers by saying, Santa and I are on a first-name basis, 'cause, I've been a good girl this year! Oh, ho, ho. The club repairs old toys for the toy drive. Jackie Radowski glues blocks to his head as a joke. He ends up hurting the other kids and himself. Typical Jackie. Marianne sees Angela crying. Angela confesses she lives in a woman's shelter. Her parents kicked her out because she refused to put up with their snobby, middle-class lifestyle. They didn't let her do anything besides visit the country club, which is weird because Mystery 23 made it clear the only country club in town was closed for decades. Continuity. Marianne has a scheduling conflict. She gets Dawn to cover for her, but uh-oh, Dawn and Logan come to the mall to see Santa. They need an elf's help, so they wave Marianne over. Luckily, no one realizes it's her besides Logan's little brother. It's the end of the book, so it's time to wrap things up. Marianne confronts Dawn over her weird behavior. It turns out Dawn was only a jerk on her first day here. The rest of the time she's been normal. Yeah, she mellowed out when she realized she was hanging out with her friends, not a bunch of judgmental high schoolers. Dawn says Marianne was also being weird. Marianne confesses the truth about her elf job. The toy fair is a huge success, and Marianne invites Angela to spend Christmas with their family. Angela tries calling her parents, but her mom criticizes her and hangs up. I thought that was a really sad ending, but Marianne is happy. She ends the book by saying, "It's a wonderful life." The end. Post-book follow-up. I thought this book was great. It was funny, it was heartwarming, and the story flows well. I was a little impressed at how well the author sets up the entire story in the first chapter. It's maximum foreshadowing, and none of it seems forced. Usually the first chapter in these books is a totally irrelevant scene where the narrator recaps her life story. I also like the characterization of Marianne's dad. He's definitely the strict dad from early on in the series, not the silly dad who trips over his own pants from book 67. During the recap chapter, Marianne lists all the gifts she bought for her friends. That's a good way of tying the main story into the recap chapter. Also, Abby says everyone from Long Island is just like her. Note to self, never go to Long Island. Marianne makes a big deal about the deadline being moved by 4 weeks. Technically, it's 5 weeks. Christmas is not the end of the month. There is a week between Christmas and New Year's. Overall, I really like the book. I might even say it's the best Christmas-themed book the series has done. It's a little hard to believe the series only went on for a year and a half after this book. It doesn't feel like the series is in decline. I give Babysitter's Club number 114, The Secret Life of Marianne Spier, a 9 out of 10.